Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So as of 2025, just over a quarter of Brits living in the UK are currently investing through a stocks and shares ISA account, which means that a lot of people are still very skeptical about investing, and that could be due to fear, due to lack of knowledge on investing, or just simply believing that they don't have enough money to invest. So in today's video, I'm hoping to break down the step-by-step guide that you need to start investing from scratch. So I'm talking with zero experience, never having invested before. Whether you're ready to invest with just £50 a month or £500, this video will help you understand some of the basics of investing, so that hopefully it gives you the motivation and push that you need to start your investing journey today. The first step that you need to take is to set financial goals. So you need to create realistic goals towards what you're trying to achieve. It also means that you're able to track your progress along the way, which can be very motivating. Another thing is understanding why we're trying to invest, right? So the whole point of investing is that our money is able to outperform inflation. Inflation basically means that the value of the money depreciates over time if it's left in a traditional savings account. So for instance, if you're able to buy something with £100 today, in 5 years time you might need £110 to be able to buy the exact same thing. And that's because inflation is basically eating away at your money if it's left in a traditional savings account, which is why we need to consider investing. The aim of investing is that hopefully your money is able to grow faster than the inflation rate. So imagine that inflation rate is 2 or 3% and you invest in, say, the S&P 500 or any other index fund, and you're able to get compound interest of 7 or 8%. That technically means that your money is able to grow faster than the inflation rate. So technically you're making money and your money is not depreciating in value. Compound interest basically works in your favor, guys. It means that you're able to make profit on not just the amount of money you invested, but also on the interest that has accumulated over time. This is why a lot of people talk about investing for the long run, because it gives your money a long time for compound interest to be able to work in your favor. Another thing you need to do before you start investing is to make sure that you have an emergency fund. Ideally, you need to have about 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a high yield savings account or in a cash ISA. And this just provides an extra cushion so that if anything was to happen, or you have any life emergencies like losing your job or the car breaking down or family emergency, you're able to cover the cost without feeling any extra financial pressure. For me personally, before I started investing, trying to save between 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses seemed like a lot, because I had a young family, and that would mean I would have to save up between £10,000 to £12,000 to be able to have that ready in an emergency fund. And I honestly did not like the idea of having to wait until I had saved up all that money before I started my investment journey. So this is the strategy that worked for me. So first, I focused on saving up 1 month's worth of living expenses. And then once I had the 1 month worth of living expenses, I opened my stocks and shares ISA account and I started investing about £50 a month. And then every month I would still put money aside towards my emergency fund. So this strategy meant that I was able to build up my emergency fund while also trying to start investing. So this is something that you can potentially consider. But as always, think about your personal needs. And also remember that this is not financial advice. And also, before you start investing, pay off any high interest loans or debts that you owe, or any high interest credit cards that are outstanding, because that puts you in a better financial position. So once you've considered all the steps that we've talked about, the next thing you need to do is to decide on your risk tolerance level and also how long you want to invest for. Because remember, investing is not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time for you to be able to achieve profits, and also because of fluctuation in the market, you need to be focusing on long-term growth, ideally 5 years or more, to be able to harness the power of compound interest. Please remember that every investment carries risk, and also that past performance does not guarantee future return. Right guys, so the next step in investing is to understand some of the basic terminology involved in investing, like stocks and shares, index funds, mutual funds. Just to give a brief description, stock basically means that you're buying a little piece of the company. So buying individual stocks like Apple, Google, Nvidia basically means that you're buying a small part of that company. Therefore, if that company makes profits, the value of your investment goes up. But also it carries more risk, because if the company doesn't perform so well, which is why a lot of people might prefer an index fund. An index fund basically means that you are investing in a group of companies. So Instead of investing in just one company like Apple, you might then decide to invest in a group of companies, which is an index fund. So that's basically a lot of companies in one index fund. So you can have Google, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, all in one index fund. And the whole idea of this is that if one company does not perform so well, the other company might do well. And that way you're able to balance your risk better compared to if you invested all your money in just Apple or in just Google. If anything was to happen to that company, that's all your investment gone. Index fund carry a lower risk than invested in individual stocks. Another very common investment is bonds. So that includes corporate bonds or government bonds. So basically, bonds means that you're able to lend money to a company or to the government. If you decide to lend money to the government, that would be your government bonds. Or if it's to a company, that would be considered corporate bonds. And the whole idea of bonds is that you lend money to the government or the company and you're able to earn interest from that investment. This usually carries a lower risk compared to investing in individual companies. If you're enjoying this video so far, please kindly support me by subscribing to my channel and click on the bell notification below so that you get notified every time I post really good content like this. Right, so back to the video. The next step that we need to take is basically to pick an investment platform. So you need to choose the platform basically to be able to hold your investment and also to be able to buy and sell different investments, right? Some of the most popular platforms in the UK include Hargreaves Lansdown, AJ Bell, Fidelity, Vanguard, and of course Trading 212. And basically you need to look at the different platforms and choose the one that's right for you. Now there's a couple of factors that you need to consider when you're trying to pick the right platform for you. Number one, you need to make sure that the website and the apps are user friendly and very easy to use. Number two, you need to consider the management fees, platform fees, any ongoing charges, and basically fees that you get charged every time you buy or sell an investment, because this can make a huge difference to the overall value of your portfolio. Number three, you need to make sure that any investment platform that you choose is regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. This is basically the regulatory authority that looks after financial services in the UK. If you would like a more detailed video on how to pick the best investment platform, please leave me a comment down below and I'll try and create that video for you. I've used a few investment platforms in the UK, but honestly I like Trading 212 because you don't get charged any management fees when you buy or sell shares, and also you're able to earn interest on uninvested money that's just sitting in your investment account. But definitely do your own research and then decide on what platform you would like to use. So once you pick the right platform, you then need to open a stocks and shares ISA account. So this is basically an individual savings account that gives you tax efficient way to invest in the UK. It means that any profit or investment that you earn will remain tax free as long as you're using a stocks and shares ISA account. You can invest up to £20,000 without having to think about paying tax on any returns, which I think is quite good. I have a detailed video on how to open a stocks and shares ISA. I'll try and link that somewhere on the screen. And you can open a stocks and shares ISA account literally within 20 minutes. So there's no excuse to start your investment journey today. So once you pick the right investment platform that suits you, you've opened the stocks and shares ISA account, you then need to deposit money into your investment account and then start investing. You can start small and invest as little as £50 a month into your stocks and shares ISA account. And I know that £50 a month might not sound like a lot of money, but over time, if you're able to stay consistent in investing £50 a month, you can definitely see your investment growing because you're able to harness the power of compound interest. Let's quickly look at what the returns would look like if you invested £50 a month for 20 years. So this is £50 a month invested for 20 years, assuming a 7% return, which you could possibly get with index funds such as the S&P 500. And you can definitely see that your investment has grown over time, even though the initial amount of money you're investing every month is quite small. So that shows that investing little is definitely a lot better than not investing at all. And obviously, as time goes on, as you learn more, as your confidence grows, you can then consider increasing the amount of money that you invest, and that can help your portfolio to grow faster. But the most important thing is to start, regardless of how little you have to invest. A lot of these investment platforms will also let you buy fractional shares, which means you can buy less than one share, and then as you earn more money or as you have more money to invest, you can continue adding onto your portfolio. Another thing I think you need to also consider is automating your investments, right? So you can set up direct debits so that a specific amount goes straight to your investment account every month. So as soon as you get paid, you can have £50 or £100 going straight to your investment account, and that means that you're able to maintain that consistency in investing. Once you've deposited money into your investment account, you can then start with index funds such as the Vanguard S&P 500, the ticker is VUSA, or the Vanguard FTSE All World, VWRP. With any of these index funds, it means that you're able to buy into a group of companies, and that way you're able to diversify and spread the risk across different companies at the same time, and also across different sectors, because some of these companies are technology stocks, some of them are pharmaceutical stocks, some of them are retail stocks. So you're basically able to spread your risk across different companies, and that way you have a more diversified portfolio compared to if you just pick one stock such as Google or Nvidia. As you learn more and build your confidence in investing, then you can start thinking of building up your portfolio, so that way you have a nice mixture of different assets in your investment portfolio. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click the like button. Also, kindly subscribe to my channel. Please let me know in the comment section if you found this video helpful. Also, I would like to know where you are in your investment journey. Have you started investing at all? Are you completely new to the world of investing? Thank you so much for watching, guys. That's the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.